Is it true that Batman doesn't have any real powers?
That's true.
Anywhere in our resolution today, does it provide provisions for merit pay based off of standardized test scores?
It does not, but the majority of times that merit pay is tried, that winds up being how merit is judged.
Anywhere in the resolution, does it talk about merit pay as we know it now?
It does not.
Does it leave provisions for reforming merit pay and perhaps putting more of a subjective stance in combination with things like test scores and performance?
It does allow for that, but as I said, once you start to get into subjective measurement, you can allow for favoritism or all kinds of bureaucratic problems.
Is it safe to say that teachers today are paid and employed under a tenure system?
That's true.
Can you tell us what tenure is?
Tenure is...
Feel free to use this definition.
I will. Okay. Tenure is a form of job security for teachers who have successfully completed a probationary period. Its primary purpose is to protect competent teachers from arbitrary non-renewal of contract for reasons unrelated to educational processes, personal beliefs, personality conflicts with administrators, or school board members, and the like.
Is it safe to say that tenure is pretty easy to get under the current education system?
It's fairly easy if you're a competent teacher.
Is it safe to say that it's pretty difficult for teachers to be fired nowadays?
Especially if they're given tenure, yes, it's fairly difficult to fire a teacher.
According to Time magazine, in 2005 and 2008, the firing rate in Chicago was 0.1, in Toledo 0.01, in Denver 0. So is it safe to say that it's near impossible to be fired under the current tenure system?
I wouldn't say impossible as much as administrators don't want to have to let teachers go, maybe partially because of teaching shortages.
So under tenure, is it a stretch to say that low-quality teachers or ineffective teachers can stay in their position for longer due to the complications of firing them?
It's not necessarily a stretch, but that does at least increase the number of teachers that you have available.
Would you say that the primary pay raises in the current education system go to teachers based off of things like seniority and title?
That's true.
Would you say that the current system gives teachers virtually lifetime employment with the promise of higher pay the longer they stick around?
Yes, in a sense.
Would you say that this kind of employment is wise in any field? To take personal efficacy out of the equation?
It doesn't totally take personal efficacy out of the equation. I agree that there could be reforms, but this does do a good job of encouraging teachers to remain in their position and ensuring that there are enough teachers for students.
But is it wise to run an education system based off of an ideal that you said protects poor quality educators?
It would not be wise to protect poor quality educators.
No further questions.